The American people have lost confidence over the years in the ability of their government to deliver on what they promise. It's a pretty simple proposition. It's not the American people don't want to help the poor, or they don't want to make sure that we invest in the future. They doubt whether or not last government before that, this government, when any government can actually do it well. So that's the underlying. I'm going to talk about some of the economic consequences. The first and most important thing we're going to do is form a new oversight board modeled on the recovery board that was such a success the last couple of years. And this is going to apply to everything. The oversight board will be looking at all government spending, every dollar. And once again, we're asking the man who put the recovery board together to help us again. We're asking Earl Devaney. He's going to be working with Jack Lew, the budget director, and his team to set up this board. And we're also working with leaders of both parties, Senator Lieberman and Collins, Coburn and Warner, Congressman Issa and Cummings. They're all on board with the idea of making this government-wide. The idea is simple. Taxpayers should be able to see exactly what their tax dollars are buying and trace the progress of the work under the government programs, just like they did under the Recovery Act. There's no reason it shouldn't be that way for all these programs. And they should be able to have confidence that their dollars are not being lost to waste, fraud, and abuse, just like I hope they've now gained confidence that that's exactly what happened. It did not happen in the Recovery Act. The kind of online tracking of dollars you can now see in recovery.gov and the cutting-edge technology used to prevent fraud by the Recovery Board can and should be applied, as we said, government-wide. The best inspectors generals, the best chief financial officers from the agencies, many of whom are in this room today, we're going to bring all of them in to serve with this board. Second, we're insisting that every federal agency is focused on transparency and accountability. And to report regularly to me so I can report to the president on how it works. There's nothing like accountability, man. It sure focuses your attention. I never thought I'd pay this much attention to Recovery Board. I never thought I'd pay this much attention to a single piece of legislation passed, and then the president announced to the whole world, Sheriff Joe's responsible for this. I knew that meant if there were fraud, it was my fault. It's amazing. My father used to say, accountability works really well, Joey, especially when you're in the bullseye. Well, let me tell you, we're all in the bullseye. It worked before, and I think it's going to work here, all with an eye toward creating the most transparent, official federal government in our lifetime.